India and the United States are locked in intense trade negotiation. But a major issue is causing concern, and that is reciprocal tariff. These are tariffs, also known as extra charges on imported goods that the US plans to impose on India starting from April 2nd. Indian officials are trying very hard to get a clear answer on how these tariffs will be implemented, but the US is not revealing much. Instead, American negotiators are pushing India to finalize a trade deal that would benefit US businesses, specifically in the automobile, whisky, and agriculture sector. India is worried that the US might use these tariffs as a pressure tactic to force an early agreement. If India does not comply, the tariff could severely impact key Indian exports to the US, such as auto parts, textiles, and leather goods. The Indian government is particularly concerned about whether the tariffs will apply to specific sector or if they will be applied across the board. To make things more complicated, US President Donald Trump recently hinted that some countries might be given exemptions from these tariffs. But there is no confirmation on whether India is included or not. Instead of that, Trump announced a 25% tariff on automobile imports from April 3rd, which could hurt India's $7 billion auto component industry. The question is, what is India negotiating for? Well, India is not just sitting back and accepting these changes. India wants better access for Indian products like textiles and leather in the US market. India wants protection of its digital economy, as the US wants to relax India's strict data localization law, rule that require companies to store Indian data within the country. India also wants clarity on reciprocal tariff, as India is unsure whether the US will match India's existing tariff or introduce new trade restriction. Well, if Trump goes ahead with these tariffs, Indian businesses that export to the US could face higher costs, delayed shipments, and even a deadline in demand. According to Goldman Sachs report, India might face tariff at the national level. That is a flat tariff on all Indian goods. The product level, the US will match India's tariff on specific goods, making them more expensive. Through hidden trade barriers, the US might introduce new restrictions, licensing rules, or even subsidies that make it harder for Indian goods to compete. Well, with just days left before April's 2nd deadline, Indian officials are pushing for answers. But the US remains non-competent. If no agreement is reached, Indian businesses exporting to the US might face significant losses, while the US companies might gain greater access to Indian market. This trade battle is far from over, and all eyes are on whether India will stand firm or give in to US pressure.